How y'all doing? Back with another video. The waiting for, you know the vibes. You want to listen, get back into your life. You need some wisdom in your life. This might be the vibes. If not, you could leave. You know what I'm saying? Hope you get wisdom from other channels. You know what I'm saying? You know how he is. You know the vibes. The Way Forward by the GOAT. It's gonna be in the details. The author name. He got other books. But let's get to it. Page 85. Everyone who's healing their old trauma and learning to live beyond the past is part of the solution. So, as it says, everyone who's healing their own trauma, when you're healing your own trauma, when everyone is just not yourself, is going to therapy, meditating, journaling, work on getting their daily wins for mentally, spiritually, physically, you know, when you're healing all the things that has happened in your past, that is part of the answer to all of this, part of the solution, right? And then, as they said, the second part of it, learning to live beyond the past, meaning while you're healing a trauma, you're also living through the past because you're accepting and letting go all that trauma that happened in your past. Your old version of yourself, the things, situations, events that you had PTSD, depression, anxiety, or whatever the case, with health issues, you were dealing with nightmares, whatever you were dealing with, weight, whatever you had to deal with in the past, now you're in a better place. Now you're in the present more. Now you're understanding what happened in your past. Now you're understanding what things has happened and things have occurred. And why we're saying it's a part of the solution, because this part of the solution is solving it's a part of the solution, because if everyone is healing from the past, is living like, it's like healing from whatever happened in their traumas in the past, then everyone's getting themselves out in their holes. We have holes that friends can help out, give you ropes multiple times. But if you're not, you know what I'm saying? If you're not realizing that, even the friends around me, I love them so much, we're going to keep doing what we keep doing. You're going to keep doing that and stuff. But the pain that you're holding inside, the pain that you feel like is a weakness, you don't want to talk to people, or you know what I'm saying? You want to scatter from people, you want to just run away because you feel like if you tell them the truth, they're going to look at you a different way. You want to, be this tough guy and stuff. In reality, you're just a hurt guy who just want to tell someone how you really feel, And that's what it is sometimes. Like, you just want to tell people without them using it against you. Maybe you did it before and they used it against you. Maybe you talked about it before, you felt like, oh, last time they used it against me. It's like, or maybe you're like, you're assuming too much about it. Maybe if you give it another try with someone, maybe a friend that you don't know might help, Maybe a friend that you think, oh, y'all can't talk about it, this and that. If you talk to them, hit them up, like, yo, I got something to talk. Y'all just talk. You might learn more things about that person. You never knew what they went through. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is. It's like the people who are still going through what y'all going through, the traumas, stuff, and y'all stuck in this hole, I want to say this in the bottom of my heart. The best way to heal is by accepting that only you can get out of this situation. Not me. Not your brothers, not your siblings, not your best friends, not your girlfriend, not your wife, your kids, whatever. Not nobody, including if we put God. Only you. And it hurts to say that. I know. You have to be, you feel like it sucks. Why I gotta be me? But it has to be. Because if you're able to get out of it, then you could be a great example of the people around you who's dealing with the same situations. You don't even know. Maybe the people around you dealing with the same thing. And maybe if you get yourself out, you're healing, you're staying away from things, you and your homies used to do. Then they really got out, he's healing. I'm going to go get myself healed. It could show them a good example of how to heal. It could show the people around you, maybe if I bring peace, maybe if I heal, maybe around all the people around me, maybe they can get themselves fixed. You don't even know. Maybe you might get yourself fixed and the people around you might change. You don't even know that. You know what I'm saying? You're part of the solution when you heal your traumas. You're part of the solution when you're not in the past no more, you're accepting the past. And you're living through it, living through what happened in the past. That's what it's saying in this. And you're living beyond over it. You're over the past. You accept it and let go. You accepted you had to change. You're not the same person. That's what we're talking about on this page, man. So that's what we're talking about on page 85. And page 86, happiness is not perfection, control, or determined by eternal events or people. Okay? Happiness is a product of your perception, inner peace. When you define your own energy, you bring harmony with you wherever you go. Now let me repeat what I just said. Let's break it down. So we got two sides. We got happiness is not, and we got happiness is not. Okay? So happiness is not perfection, control, or determined by external events or people. Bro, to the people who stuck in a hole, you think controlling people is gonna bring happiness. No, it's not. You're gonna be happy for a minute, but that's pleasure. That's your own pleasure. You're getting to your own pleasure, and pleasure's not good, man. Controlling people is not gonna work. Being this perfect guy, you know, oh, I don't want to tell people what I'm going through, this and that. I'm this perfect guy. People not gonna be around you, again. People not gonna want to be with you. People not gonna, you know what I'm saying? But if you know what I'm saying? That's not how happiness is achieved. By being this perfect guy that don't want to show the mistakes that you made. The perfect guy that want to control everyone. You're not even a leader. You think you're a leader because you control everyone. You're a boss. You might be the boss of people, but you're not. That's not how you control. That's not how you get happiness from controlling people. And determined by external events or people. Don't let parties, don't let clubs, whatever these events, if I had to say, you know what I mean. You out. Or if the people in these streets, you know, those events out there, don't let that think that's happiness. That's not happiness, gang. And don't let people around you, don't think hanging out with people, don't think that people are gonna bring that happiness. That's not gonna happen. That's just not gonna happen, man. Let me repeat that. That's not gonna happen. Why am I saying this? So let's think about it. Let's think about it, buddy. Let's think about this. I'm gonna sum this up. I'm gonna sum this up. So you think that all the athletes that did it all, they were perfect in winning. You think that really got them happiness? No. You know what really got them happiness? When they bounced back. They failed and they bounced back. Kobe Bryant's a great example. He lost to Boston in the finals. Then he came back the next year and beat them. That's a great storyline. Because they didn't believe he was going to make it back. It wasn't the next year, it was 2 years later. So that's how people gotta understand this is happiness is not achieved by perfection. No, you have to make mistakes to get better in life. That's one. But that's progress of becoming a better person. And that's when you achieve happiness because of that, not because of perfection. That's how you X out perfection. How do we X out control? Leaders don't control people. You know leaders are disliked, right? You know leaders have to say things and people won't like it. That's what people got to do in jobs. That's what people got to do. That's what, you know, Kobe Bryant's another same thing. Those championships he won without Shaq. They won, I think, back-to-back. Gang, he was not. Yo, gang go, homie, my guy, or my sister, whoever's watching. He was not liked. He was not liked. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was not liked. You know, he had to be softer and stuff. He had to switch his ways how he was a leader. But he was never liked, man. He wanted it bad, but he had to switch his ways so it could be easier as a leader. And that's how, you know, it got better, you know, with his team. But why am I all saying this? It's because Kobe realized he couldn't keep doing what he did to think that's going to control people. He had to change his ways so people can understand, like, he's not this perfect guy. He's going to understand that, you know, yo, I'm not trying to control. I just really want to win, man. That's it. You be honest with people. You show them. Then they'll be like, okay, let's work together. Let's, you know what I'm saying? That's what Kobe did. Boston versus Boston. He passed the rock. He trusted his teammate. Now people say, oh, he didn't make the wrong thing. He had to. And he trusted his teammate. Most of the time, he was shot that double team. The trust he built with his guys. He stopped controlling the situations. He started believing in his teammates. And that's what you gotta understand. Control ain't gonna work with happiness. That's what we gotta X that out. Eternal events and people ain't gonna bring you happiness. It could be the baddest 10 out of 10. You're gonna get some great pleasure at that moment, but then after you have sex, all of it, after all the rounds, that post-narrative, that post-nut clarity is gonna hit. Then you realize, like, this was fun and stuff, but this is not gonna be long term. Then it's like, what was the purpose of it? You know what I'm saying? External events. I wouldn't say, like, if I had to say eternal events, I would say just going out the club. Nighttime. Bro saying, yo, let's go to the strip club. Bro saying, let's go to the bar, whatever the case would be. You think that's gonna be all the time, great. But then the next day, you're gonna be sick. Next day, if you didn't drink water tonight, whatever you did, you're not gonna be great the next day. You're gonna be blacked out. You're gonna be, drunk. So the next several days after, your body's trying to recover from that. You had fun for that one night, but then it's like, yo, I have to deal with this every time I go out. Was it worth it? That's not happiness. That's not happiness. That's just one example and examples, but you're gonna be fun. Those eternal events, you're gonna be fun, temporary, and that's just pleasure at the end of the day. It's not happiness. That's not how you get happiness. That's what the three are saying, and the people too. No matter who it is, But what is happiness is a product of your perspective, point of view, as you could say, and your inner balance. And when you define your own energy, you bring harmony wherever you go. A product of your own point of view and inner balance is like, how can I say this in a way you can understand? It's like understanding, like, it's like your happiness is the inner peace, right? It's the inner peace, correct? So the product of your perspective and your inner balance is that inner peace, that product coming in from yourself within. So like whatever the case that happens, even though it's good, bad, and ugly days, that inner peace is gonna be in those situations where it's gonna come in and help you out. That's what happiness. And the why, I think I just like how happiness is called. We might have to change the word to inner peace, because being happy, even emotion being happy, you're gonna be happy some moments and times in life. You're gonna celebrate the wins, right? But are you gonna be happy when your bad days? Are you gonna be happy when your ugly days? Are you gonna be happy when things not looking right? No, you're not. So happiness at the end of the day is temporary. Like short term. So let's think about that and let's go back. Why is the product of your point of view and your inner balance? Because inner balance is your inner peace. Think about that. It brings that inner peace and then brings whatever else energy in. It makes it balance. That inner peace is gonna make anything inside your body balance. Your product of your perspective, your point of view, it's gonna help you be clearer in certain situations. It's gonna help you be more calmer in certain times. That's when we go to the next point. When you define your own energy, it's gonna help you define your own energy. So you're gonna bring peace. That energy is gonna be peace, because that inner peace you bring with that balance, it's gonna come, and that energy is gonna be peaceful. That's what it's gonna find. It's gonna make your energy so calming and peaceful that makes a lot of attractive people wanna be, not just attractive, but emotional, mature, self-aware people wanna be around you. You rather want to be, quick question, I want people to understand this. Do you rather want to hang out with chaos energy when it's crazy, hectic and stuff, where you can handle? Or you want to be more peace where it could be fun and y'all could do, all that chaos stuff y'all did, but in the better calming energy? That's what I want you to think about that. You want the chaos, or do you want the calm? You only pick one. Right? But then they all come behind this last sentence. You bring harmony whenever you go. So you have this inner balance. You got this product of your point of view, right? Okay, boom. Then you got, when you define your own energy, then it helps your energy be calming and peaceful come around. When wherever you go, that energy comes with you. So that's when the harmony comes, the inner peace comes, your energy great. Do you know what that does? That makes people want to talk to you. That makes people like, yo, you could brighten up people's days. You could calm people who's mad. It could solve situations. It could make things better. And it could make people want to come to and talk to you about anything. That's what you gotta understand. And that's what happens. If you know, you know. Some people come to you, ask them. Some people want to talk to you just randomly. You know, this is not the case. But like some people, when they, you know, it helps people. You don't even know you're helping their day out. You know what I'm saying? And that's what people gotta understand is happiness isn't controlling people. Happy ain't perfect. You're making no mistakes. It's not internal events or people. It's that inner balance, inner peace, harmony. Wherever you go, bring great, calming, peaceful energy, man. That's what you gotta understand what happiness is. So stop thinking happiness is this point of view you have. And sometimes if you think happiness is your point of view, I want you to write the pros and cons of that point of view you just had. Is it similar to what I just said? If it's not the happiness is, and it's more of a happy is not, then you gotta understand, you gotta fix it up. You gotta understand it clearly. You gotta understand it clearly. Page 87. Let yourself disappoint people, especially if you need to take care of your mind or because your intuition is telling you that what they want does not align with who you are becoming. Betraying yourself is not virtuous. Remember, no one can feel your heart better than you can. A lot of time, I don't know whenever people see this, I don't know about time, this and that. I had disappointed a lot of people. I think it was after my father died, I think 17, that year after. The gang was gone, like I was gone. Me and my mom's relationship was down, things were wrong. And a lot of people said things, like even after that year, the next year I was healing, getting myself up back. Man, do you understand what the words I had to deal with? And you know, what it came off to, tough love, the things I had to hear. Like, gang, it felt so bad. Like, even the times I got trouble around those years, it really, you know, it disappointed people. They had to say, you know, I was anti-social, they had to say, yo, you don't want to hit people up, you don't want to call people. And to this day, like, I had to take care of my mind. It was about making sure my mind and my heart was right. And I want people to understand that. So, like, when certain friends, like, don't hit me up, call me, I know that they're in that arc where they need to take care of themselves, and I'm there. I understand that. I had to do that. And people were disappointed about it. People were mad at me. People, you know what I'm saying? People were like, yo, what are you doing? Why are you not telling me how you're feeling sometimes? I said, do you really want to know how I'm feeling? You're not going to like what I'm going to say. You know what I'm saying? And it's not because of that. I had to understand myself. I had to understand my pain. Sometimes that's what it is sometimes. I went to therapy. I understood it more and more and more. I'm out of therapy, and that therapy still helped me to this day. God has helped me, you know. Situation now building me who I am, but why am I saying all of this? It's because you have to take care of yourself. If you follow God, Christianity, God is first, correct, but you're second. Understand that, buddy. You're second. You put God first, you're second. And if God is sitting in your life, God will always say, why are you not taking care of, you're talking to me all this and that, but why are you not taking care of yourself, you know? You coming to me about this and I'm helping you out, but you're not taking care of yourself. God could give you blessings, God could give you answers to your prayers, but you're not accepting it to take care of yourself. That's one thing to all my Christianities. If you're not in Christianity and you're Muslim, what the case may be, to your Lord, whoever, you know, respect to him, understand that your prayers will get answered and stuff, but you're not accepting it to improve yourself. So clearly, you're hurting yourself more. Because you're talking, I need help about this and that. Okay, here you go. And they're not accepting it because why? You love the pain. You know, you feel like You don't like change. You don't like this and that. It's like, gang, how long have you been dealing with this? How many years has it been? How many months? Time's going fast. Are you going to keep doing this every year? Are you going to keep dealing with this? Or are you going to accept your prayers get answered? Accept what can help so you can change, but you have to let it go. You have to accept it. You have to finally tell yourself in the mirror, tell yourself, I am hurt. I know it hurts, but we need to get help to figure this out. We need to talk to someone we can. If it's going back to therapy, if it's talking to God, whatever the case may be, get it out. Now work on improving from it and improve your mental health, improve your spiritual health, improve whatever you got to improve so you get back not where you were before, but better, and you understand you can endure if this happen again. And that's what you got to understand. That's why, who cares what people in your life say when you disappoint them? You got to take care of yourself when you're needed to, right? When your tuition, and also, I didn't even say this, when your gut and your tuition is telling you that what they want does not align with who you're becoming, what people, whatever expectations, whatever they becoming, whatever, cut them off if you have to. What do you got to do, whatever? Or God's going to help you out and cut them off, because God has heard things. Well, not even just God. This is for Christian fellows, or, any religion you're in, whoever's your, Lord, Savior. They have cut off people, and you're like, why this didn't work out? What is that? Because they talked about you behind your back. They said things behind your back. The reason why they didn't hit you up this and that all the time, like, they said things. You might have to forgive what you find out when they said, but you got to move on. You know what I'm saying? That's what you got to understand. So what expectations people have, what they want you to do, this and that, man, don't become that, man. Become what you need to be when you take care of yourself. Don't become whatever they want you, because that's not aligned with what you want to do in your life, who you want to be. You feel me? So betraying yourself is not virtuous, meaning don't sacrifice yourself for someone else. And you're hurting your own health, your mind, and heart. When you want to be with someone, it should be y'all both. And it's funny, I just learned this. It should never be compromise. It should be collaborations. That's how a relationship works, when y'all collaborating with each other, not compromise. Compromise does not work in relationships. So if you're compromising, you're hurting yourself and you're betraying yourself. But if you're collabing with the person, then it's going to benefit each other. And that's how it works in relationships and with yourself. Collab with yourself, help yourself out. Don't compromise. Compromise ain't going to work out in the long run. So don't betray yourself. You know what I'm saying? Your tuition telling you something, listen to your tuition. When it's time to take care of yourself, take care of yourself. Who cares what everyone else got to say? When you're better, then you come back in the world. Then you'll focus what you got to say. I'm about to take a minute off social media for a minute, just because it could get to me sometimes. Not just because it's messing with no. It is annoying sometimes because it's not, I'm not going to, no disrespect to my generation. I don't think it's brain dead stuff. It's just things that trigger me, because it's like, yo, you like doing this every day. You don't get bored of this? Oh, you want to have an average life? You know what I'm saying? Just certain things, like my views of what I want to be in my life don't always align with me. And I know that sometimes I got to just separate. You know what I'm saying? Just come in a group chat when, I feel like you can come, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But when I'm trying to get to the point where I'm saying that, no disrespect to people that on those group chats, because they're amazing people at the end of the day. They're going to see to the life and stuff. I want to say that before they trip. Oh, you said this. It's all love, bro. It's all love, man. But sometimes you gotta get off social media. Sometimes you gotta get off the phone. Go outside sometimes, a few days and stuff. Sometimes you can't call people all the time. When you gotta take care of your mind, your heart and stuff. And that's fine. Sometimes they're gonna get mad, like, why he hasn't hit me up and stuff. And then lastly, from this page, and we're gonna finish up. Remember, no one can feel your heart better than you can. Meaning, just as your mind. When it's time to take care of it, when your heart's feeling it, it's time to take care of it. So meaning of all this, when it's time to take care of yourself. When it's time. Don't betray yourself. Trust your gut. Who cares what everyone else got to say when you got to take care of yourself? When you're able to take care of yourself, you can take care of anyone else. So I know it hurts sometimes with the people who are still in these holes that feel like it's the end of the world. Pray to God if you Christianity or if you're Lord in religion. If not, I am not going to converse you into it. I want you to pick on that. That's your decision. That's your life. But I want you to understand this. People have given you rope all these years, ropes, times. You might not think it. They have. You might see it and you might know it. But they can't do nothing if you don't look and you don't take that step out, that hole you're going through or whatever you're dealing with. So I just wanted to say that before I end this video. But as always, man, that's all for this video. I'm going to do one more. But as always, man, live life, get better, and try to just learn from what you're going through, man. You're going to get through it, man. I promise. I've been there before you. Not with the pain you're going through, but something similar, maybe worse. You're going to get through it, I believe, man. But as always, man, adios, amigos, hasta luego.